Kyle here from All Media Reviews. I've been able to do a video for over a week. Unfortunately, my wife got COVID, and so wear my mask. I still have to deal with it, but she's doing better anyway. And some stuff, I'm going through just with YouTube and some stuff, the Rock Hall nominees came out. I posted something in the blog. And I'm not going to do a reaction to that yet because this is going to be kind of I don't know. But the Record Store Day for 2024 list came out, so I'll go over that in just a minute. But yeah, I just coming up on 10 years, doing some research about like the history of my experience with YouTube, and I did this like collage of a lot of the channels I used to watch and still watch and everything like that. And so I'm probably going to go over some of that in a separate entry next month when I find I'm at 10 years or whatever, the 10-year anniversary, because March 11th. Then today I was coming up with a list of a lot of these musicians musicians, and then a few media people that I really value, like having a little bit, at least somewhat of a personal relationship with. I was quoted and they're cited in the Bandcamp in some of their liner notes and stuff like that. So some of that goes back before the YouTube channel, but it's sort of hitting 10 years in here. And but at the same time, I have to admit that I just am getting kind of frustrated is the right word, but about some different things with YouTube. It's the lack of sort of success of this channel, and also sort of the lack of, I don't know if the word reciprocation is the best word for it, but so I'm not. I think my hope is at least to finish the current projects I'm doing, the Kevin Gilbert Thud tracks, and the albums of the year stuff. Hopefully. That's going to be a while, though, because at the pace I'm going. Brennan from Death by Unicorns resuming him. He's doing 1980s, although he'd done the 90s before. But I don't know. I really don't know. At a minimum, I'm going to be trying to scale back a lot of my interactions, despite the fact that, I've connected with people that way. But I just don't know if... I feel like it's a one-way kind of relationship. I don't feel like I'm giving and taking enough. That's my concern. And so I was just thinking about this, like when I did the blog stuff, there wasn't that sort of expectation and status that you seem to always be looked at and feel like you have. Maybe I shouldn't necessarily look at it that way with YouTube, but the number of subscribers, the number of views on your videos, etc., and then comparing to other YouTube channels especially, and even just the lack of, if you like commented on blogs, would they comment back? It didn't really happen. I guess with Tumblr people did that more, or LiveJournal when I used it somewhat. But when I was on Blogger, it didn't matter. It really didn't matter. The only thing that I kind of felt like social media came in a little bit later. It was launched, but social media came in a little bit after I started the blog, became more in vogue, like around 2008, 2009. The social media part of it seemed to compete a little bit with blogging, but I just never psychologically felt like, oh, I gotta have this many views on my blog compared to this blog, or I gotta have the first post. I did have that experience a little bit, but it just never seemed to weigh down on me, and it projected that way. When you see other channels on YouTube have success with whatever they do, it makes me feel like, why is it that my channel's not having that success, and I'm not even getting the kind of interaction with these other channels? And so is it me? Is it them? Is it just luck? I think it's kind of me. And so that's kind of why my feeling about YouTube is that this was an experiment I did 10 years ago. I tried starting with as a secondary thing, and it just, at this point, it's not that good. I'm not that good at it. I'm just not that good at making videos that people want. Either that, or that YouTube allows me to find. I am still thinking about trying to make that slideshow documentary, which I'm looking into more about that. So I'm not putting the YouTube channel, even after these projects are done, to bed necessarily. I don't see the point of doing that. But I also don't know my activity on YouTube, and I don't necessarily know. I gotta do some more thinking, and I'm gonna probably start to focus more on blogging again, because unless I see something dramatically change, like unless I get up to 1,000 subscribers in the next 9 months, that's a simple way to put it. If I reach 1,000 subscribers in the next 9 months, my feeling about all this whole stuff will probably could change. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong, but if that doesn't happen, I can definitely say starting in 2025, maybe after the Shame into the True multi-disc comes out or something, I'm going to be trying to focus going back to either YouTube or I may be using TikTok. TikTok seems to be maybe a potential better form, ironically. So enough babbling about all this stuff I've just been thinking about. But and I might start try doing some live streams too. That's the other potential, But the record store day list is not terrible, not amazing, but I mean, there have been some record store day lists that have been just nondescript for me the last couple of years. Occasionally, going back to when we got those King's X albums, so I'm not going to obviously read them all off, but the stuff that stands out to me, there's a few after just skimming it earlier today. Amorphous has something called My Cantil, although I'm not a huge fan of them. I know they did a cover of Hawkwind's Levitation. At the Drive-In, In Casino, Out. I have that on CD. I'm just not that big of a At the Drive-In fan as much as I love the Mars Volta. But I did buy that. I think there's a Pink Floyd cover. I think let me just look at that. Maybe a Pink Floyd cover on that. No, I mean it was one of the other ones. They did at least one Pink Floyd. I don't know. I can't foresee, spending a lot of money on that. If I could get it on a discount maybe later. Bunch of Beatles stuff, limited edition like White Album or something like that. A turntable. Oh, a turntable. That's going to be so in high demand. I'm not going to bother trying to compete with people. Bunch of singles. I Want to Hold Your Hand, She Loves You, and I saw her standing there. A bunch of the early Beatles. David Bowie, Waiting in the Sky. So here's the first big one of the main big Songs to No One, the Jeff Buckley and Gary Lucas collaboration. I don't think it's ever mentioned on vinyl. So, and I have it on CD. I've listened to it, but it's been many years. But not my top Jeff Buckley release, but getting it on vinyl may kind of have me revisit and reassess it again. So let's just see here. Let's go on to the second page. I'm looking at the actual web version versus the PDF version. So you can look at the track list and stuff if you click it. The Cranberries, no. Daft Punk has something called Something About Us, love theme from Interstella 5555, I don't know that. The Dandy Warhols, Live at Levitation, like the one song from them, a long time ago that was on Veronica Mars. Kind of fits some of my feelings recently, the lyrics of that song. But I always think of Veronica Mars in that song. Doctor Who, no. The Doors, no. Okay, moving on to the third page. I'm thinking of my wife's interest too, although some stuff I may not know. Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Pictures in an Exhibition. I swear they've issued that at least one or two other times on Record Store Day. And I need to revisit that because both Works and those records I listened to and didn't like that much. Whatever that was, 20 some odd years ago when I saw them. But I don't know if I'm going to end up buying it. Let's see here. Fields of not Fleetwood Mac Rumors picture disc. I'm not going to spend a lot of money on that. I know some people would want that though. My friends on Facebook mentioned that. Noel Gallagher, no. Grateful Dead. Something called Night and Fall of Diamonds. George Harrison. A couple of Wonderwall music and electronic sound. Moving on to the next page. I'll be done with this hopefully pretty quick. Him. From Josh, if you bought vinyl, would probably want that because he's been into him. Something called Bury Me Deep Inside Your Heart / Poison Girl Strong Room Sessions. Like demos or something from that. The Who Band. No, not The Who, but The Who Band. HU. Chris Isaak's Beyond the Sun, The Complete Collection. I don't know if but my wife loves Chris Isaak, a lot of his stuff. I don't know what's on this. He does a cover of Johnny Cash's I Walk the Line. I don't know. It's a double, so I kind of think the price is going to be kind of steep for that. And how many copies did we even... They're having 2,000. I don't know, it's a double LP, but... Caribou, yeah, no. Jucifer, no. Jorma Kaukonen and John Hurlbutt, yeah, two different things. One More Lifetime. They got a CD and an LP. Interesting. Keen, my wife also likes Live at Paradiso. She likes Keen. Never gotten into them. I probably need to listen to them again. I don't like the vocals that much, but Reina Kindo's been compared to them among other bands, and also House of Fools. John Lennon's Mind Games EP. It's a colored vinyl. That, I don't know. Again, Jenny Lewis. My wife kind of likes her. Puppy and a Truck. Lil Wayne, no. Little Richard. Lovejoy, no. So moving on to page 5. Getting into the M's. Yeah, this is hit and miss. Roger McGuinn, something called Sweetheart of the Radio 50th Anniversary, or the Rodeo 50th Anniversary Live. Roger McGuinn, Chris Hillman, and Marty Stewart. Keep on going here. Charles Mingus, Reincarnations. Okay, so the Monkees, the Bird, the Bees, and the Monkees. I'm not sure on Friday Music what the significance of this. And it's in mono, and it's a stunning coral vinyl, so... She's a Monkees completist for the most part, you know, even though The Bird and the Bee isn't necessarily her favorite record. I don't know. We'll see. She probably will want to get it. Ennio Morricone, there's two things. Orco music from the motion picture and Story di Vita Malavita. Again, people that like him. Motley Crue, Motorhead, Mudhoney, Willie Nelson, Nico. Bunch of stuff that The Offspring... Paramore, a couple, Charlie Parker, Norman Granz Jazz at the Philharmonic, Alan Parsons Project's Pyramid Work in Progress. I don't know what this is. It's like demos from the Pyramid album. Yeah, it's the demos. I like Alan Parsons Project. I can't see wanting to buy that necessarily. Pearl Jam's Dark Man. I think that's a new album from them. It's not a cover of Porcupine Tree or who's the other band? Galactic Cowboy Orchestra. Though. Joe Pesci. Interesting. Pigs, 7, we're the Pigs 7 or 8 times. KXP thing. PM Dawn. Public Enemy a couple times. A tour thing. Queen's Cool Cat. That's a single from the Hot Space album. I can't see wanting it because I don't care for Hot Space that much. The Residents. No. Rolling Stones. Linda Ronstadt. Todd Rundgren's Todd and Liars. I mean, I want to start getting more into Todd Rundgren. All I have is Utopia, but... I can't see necessarily buying unless I'm listening to this stuff and get into it in the next couple of months. It's on 4/20/24 on Saturday the 20th. Screaming Trees, Gil Scott Heron. So it's kind of spotty. Snarky Puppy has live at the band on the wall. I got a Snarky Puppy thing a couple of years ago. I haven't listened. This is an EP. Oh, one that's like 4 tracks, probably full length, 4 tracks and 10 minutes or more a piece. I don't know. This would be one I'm on the fence of because I enjoy their live performances, but I just don't go back to them that much. So, Soft Cell. Okay, Sparks something. Number 1 in Heaven. They're more to life than dancing. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna go to great lengths to get that. I don't have any Sparks on vinyl, even much I like Sparks. Stars, Ringo Starr, Donna Summer, the Many States of Independence. Supergrass, Super Furry Animals, Team Television, Live at the Academy. I like some the one television album, Marky Moon, Tragically Hip, the Tom Tom Club, U2's Atomic City from the Live at the Sphere. I can't see getting that. No, I don't have very much. Ultravox's Steven Wilson's extended remix. That's the only thing that I've noticed here that I would consider. Then a bunch of various artists like soundtracks and stuff like that. Lost in Translation, which. Like Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, but that was not a good movie. When I get to do movies, maybe I'll talk about that. I'll be talking about that in the blog again. Tribute to Lou Reed, The Power of the Heart. Yeah, I don't know who they got to perform on that. I don't know if it tells. This is a long write-up. It doesn't... Well, okay, Rufus Wainwright. My wife likes him. Roseanne Cash. Yeah. So, I think that's about it. Yep, so... the only thing I'll add is that Mike Vennart, from Vennart, who just put out an album, and Empire State Bastard, and Oceansize, of course, Biffy Clyro, and British Theater. He posted that they're releasing the Oceansize EP, Home and Minor, for the first time on vinyl, the EP, colored vinyl. But it's not on that list, obviously, I just read off. So it's coming out probably just exclusively in Europe. I don't know why I think years ago I know that the Marillion Grendel picture disc came out only in Europe. There was an Anathema record that once came out, and then there was like something my wife liked. I can't remember who. It was related to either Mayer Hawthorne or Chromeo. So we are going to Chromeo. I bought tickets for Chromeo in October. First I'm going to the Palace Theater in St. Paul. But so that's it. What are you looking forward to on Record Store Day? I'll link the list if you're participating. And you know, again, a few of those I may change my mind. And what probably will more likely end up happening is we'll go to Record Store Day and I'll find something I just want to get. If I can, you know, we just did my taxes, so I'm gonna get some money in the mail. But the bills are not good. But yeah, and that's just kind of an update on things. I'm gonna try to get back to doing this stuff, assuming our life, you know, this whole thing with life can get back to normal with the impact of COVID and. You know, want to do the Kevin Gilbert Thud, the rest of the Thud tracks, and getting back to the albums of the year stuff. I'm 1982. I'm pretty much ready to make the video, but I need to obviously have the time, and probably next week. I don't know, maybe tomorrow, depending on things. But again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Please leave a comment and give it a like and ring the notification bell, and we'll see you next time.